Imagine something worse than disappearing, not being destroyed, not being erased, but being forgotten completely, not just by people, by everything, by the universe itself. At first, that doesn't sound possible, because if something exists, it leaves a trace. Light reflects from it. Signals pass through it. Gravity interacts with it. Everything connects to everything else. That's how reality works. But what if there are places where that connection breaks? Not violently, not suddenly, quietly, subtly, until one day something is still there, but nothing remembers it exists. You are drifting in space, far from any planet, far from any star. Just you and the distant glow of galaxies. Everything feels normal. Your instruments are active. Signals are being received. Background radiation is stable. The universe feels alive, connected, real. And then, one reading disappears. Not fades, not glitches, just stops existing. You check it again. Nothing. The system shows no error, no malfunction, no warning. It's like that data was never there. You try to recall it. What was the value? What were you even measuring? For a second, you hesitate, because you can't remember. Not vaguely, not partially, at all. And that's when something feels wrong, because forgetting something usually feels like losing it. There's a gap, a sense that something is missing. But this feels different. There is no gap. It's like the thought never existed. You shake it off, focus again. Everything else looks fine. Stars are still there. Signals are still coming in. Nothing has changed, except something has. You look at a distant cluster of stars, bright, stable, exactly where it should be. And yet, something about it feels unfamiliar. Not new, just not recognized. You zoom in. The data appears. Coordinates, energy output, distance. Everything is correct. But as you look at it, you feel something unsettling. You've seen this before. You know you have. But now, it feels like you're seeing it for the first time. Your heart starts to race, because now the realization begins to form. What if nothing changed out there? What if something changed in you? Or worse, what if the universe itself is starting to forget? At first, you try to ignore it. A missing reading, a forgotten detail. That happens. Systems glitch, minds drift. There is always an explanation. There has to be. But the feeling doesn't go away. That subtle disconnect, that quiet uncertainty. You turn your attention back to the stars. Everything still looks normal, perfectly aligned, exactly where it should be. But now, you start to notice something else. A signal drops. Not weakens, not fades. It simply isn't there anymore. You check the logs. There should be a continuous stream. There always is. But now, there is a gap. No, not even a gap, because the system doesn't register anything missing. It's like that part of the signal was never transmitted. You scroll back further, trying to find the moment it changed, but there is no before, no transition, no point where it stopped. It's just not there. And then you feel it again, that same strange sensation. Not confusion, not panic, something deeper, like your mind is trying to hold on to something that refuses to exist. You focus harder, trying to remember what the signal was, what it carried, where it came from. And for a moment, something flickers, a fragment, a shape, an idea. But the moment you reach for it, it's gone. Not lost, not hidden, gone. Your breathing slows, not because you're calm, because something doesn't feel urgent anymore. And that's when it hits you. You're not just forgetting things. You're forgetting that they mattered. The importance fades first, then the memory, then the idea that anything was there at all. You look back at the star cluster, the one you just analyzed. It's still there, but now you don't feel anything about it. No recognition, no curiosity, just nothing. Like it's irrelevant, like it doesn't belong to your reality. And then something changes. One of the stars flickers, not in brightness, in presence. For a fraction of a second, it feels like it isn't there. Then it returns, perfectly normal. You stare at it, trying to process what you just saw, but the thought slips. You almost forget to be concerned. And that's when you understand something terrifying. This isn't about memory. This isn't inside your mind. It's happening to reality itself. Things aren't disappearing. They're being disconnected, cut off from signals, from observation, from existence as information. And once that happens, they don't just vanish. They become something worse, something that still exists, but no longer matters to the universe. You look out again at the endless stars, and for the first time, you wonder how many of them are already gone without anyone knowing.
You try to prove it, because if it's real, you should be able to measure it. That's how the universe works. Everything leaves a trace. Everything can be observed, recorded, verified. So you focus on the star, the one that flickered. You lock your instruments onto it. Coordinates fixed, signal tracking active, continuous recording enabled. If something changes, you'll catch it. You have to. For a moment, everything stabilizes. The star remains constant, its light steady, its data clean, exactly as expected. And then it flickers again. This time, you're ready. Your systems capture everything, every fluctuation, every change. You watch the data stream in real time, and for a fraction of a second, the readings drop, not partially, completely, zero. Then, back to normal. Your pulse spikes, because now you have proof. Something just disappeared, even if only for a moment. You replay the recording, frame by frame, looking for the anomaly, the exact point where it happened. But something is wrong. The recording is clean, no drop, no fluctuation, no sign that anything ever changed. You check again, slower this time, more carefully. Nothing. It's perfect. Your hands tighten, because you know what you saw. You know what happened. But the system doesn't. It's not that it missed it. It's that it never recorded it. Because from the system's perspective, nothing happened. And that's when everything shifts. Because now you realize something even worse. It's not just that things are being forgotten. It's that you cannot be remembered. Not by you, not by your instruments, not by reality itself. The moment something disconnects, it stops leaving traces. Completely. You look back at the star, still there, still shining, as if nothing ever happened. But now, you can't be sure, because if it disappears again, there will be no proof, no record, no memory, not even the knowledge that it ever existed. Your breathing becomes uneven, because now you understand the real danger. This isn't about losing things. It's about losing the ability to know they were ever there. And then, you feel something new, not outside, inside your thoughts. A hesitation, a delay, like your mind is trying to hold on to something and failing. You try to remember the star, its position, its brightness, anything specific, but the details slip, faster this time, like they're being pulled away, not erased, disconnected. And for the first time, you ask a question you don't want to answer. What happens when the thing being forgotten is you?
At first, it's subtle. So subtle you almost ignore it. A delay in thought. A hesitation before remembering something simple. You tell yourself it's nothing. Fatigue. Stress. Your mind trying to make sense of what it just witnessed. That would explain it. That would be normal. But this isn't normal. Because the delay gets worse. You look at your instruments, trying to focus on something stable, something real, numbers, data, things that don't depend on memory. And for a moment, it works. You read the values, process them, understand them. But then, you look away. And when you look back, they feel unfamiliar. Not changed. Not incorrect. Just not.
You try to hold on to yourself. Not metaphorically, literally. You repeat your name over and over. At first, it feels solid, clear, yours. But then, something changes. The word stays, but the meaning begins to slip. It becomes a sound, just a sequence of syllables. Familiar, but empty. You stop. Your chest tightens, because now you understand something terrifying. Repeating it isn't helping. It's making it worse. You switch strategies. You activate a recording, a log, your voice, your identity. You speak everything you can remember, who you are, where you came from, why you're here. You say it clearly, slowly, carefully, as if precision can protect it. The system records everything. You play it back, and for a moment, it works. You hear your voice. You understand every word. It connects. You feel it. Relief. But then, you play it again, and something is off. Not in the sound, in the meaning. It feels distant, like you're listening to someone else. You play it a third time, and now it's just noise. Recognizable, but not personal. Your hands tighten, because now you see the pattern. External records don't hold meaning either. They degrade. not physically, conceptually. The connection between information and understanding is breaking. You try one last thing. You focus on something emotional, something that should be impossible to lose, a memory, strong, personal, something that defines you. You close your eyes, hold on to it, feel it, every detail, every sensation, and for a moment, it's perfect, clear, alive, yours. Then, it begins to fade, not gradually, piece by piece. First, the emotion, then the context, then the image, until all that's left is the idea that something was there. And even that starts to slip. You open your eyes, your breathing uneven, because now there is no doubt. Nothing can anchor you. Not memory, not data, not emotion. Everything depends on connection. And connection is exactly what's being removed. You look around again, at the space, at the stars, trying to find something that still feels real, but everything feels lighter, less defined, less important, like it's already starting to disconnect. And then you notice something worse. Your thoughts are getting shorter, simpler, less detailed, not because you choose to simplify them, because complexity is disappearing. The ability to hold multiple ideas is fading. Your mind is being reduced, condensed, stripped down, and that's when the realization hits you, harder than anything before. This isn't just forgetting, it's compression, reduction. The universe is not removing you, it's simplifying you, until there's nothing left to remember. And if that's true, then the question isn't how to stop it. The question is, how much of you can disappear before you stop being you at all?
At first, you stop trying to remember, because remembering is what makes things fade. Every time you focus, something disappears. So instead, you do the opposite. You stop naming things. Stop defining them. Stop connecting them to meaning. You look at the stars, but you don't think stars. You hear your thoughts, but you don't label them. You exist without describing anything. And for a moment, it works. Nothing fades. Nothing weakens. Everything stays. Stable. Unchanged. Your breathing slows. Because for the first time, you found a way to resist it. But then, something unexpected happens. The longer you stay like this, the less you understand what you're seeing. The shapes remain. The light remains. The presence remains. But the meaning never forms. You try to think, just a little, just enough to identify something simple. A star, a signal, anything. And the moment you do, it begins to slip again, fading, disconnecting. So you stop. You pull back. Let go of the thought before it finishes, and everything stabilizes again. But now, you're trapped in something worse. A state where nothing disappears, because nothing is understood. You can see, but you can't interpret. You can observe, but you can't recognize. You exist without meaning. Your chest tightens, because now you realize what you've done. You didn't stop the process. You avoided it by removing the thing it targets, meaning itself. And without meaning, there is nothing left to lose. But there is also nothing left to be. The universe doesn't need to forget you, because in this state, you are already gone. The silence around you shifts, not visibly, conceptually, like it's adjusting to your state, adapting, learning. And then you feel something change, not outside, inside. A thought begins to form, slow, heavy, unstable. And this time, you don't stop it. You let it complete. You force it through the resistance, through the fading. And for a brief moment, it becomes clear, sharp, complete. And what you understand breaks everything. The process isn't reacting to memory. It's reacting to awareness. The more something is known, the more it becomes vulnerable. And that means there's only one way to survive it: to become something that cannot be fully understood. Your breathing slows again, not from calm, from realization. Because now, you're not trying to remember anymore. You're trying to become unrecognizable.
At first, you don't change anything. Not physically. Not intentionally. You simply stop being fully defined. You let your thoughts remain incomplete. You let your identity stay unclear. You stop forming full ideas. And something strange happens. The fading slows. Not completely, but enough to notice. Your thoughts don't disappear as fast. Your awareness stabilizes. Not strong, but persistent. And that's when you understand something new. Clarity makes you vulnerable. The more defined you are, the easier it is to disconnect you. But if you remain incomplete, you are harder to remove, harder to isolate, harder to forget. You test it carefully. You try to think of something specific, a memory, but you don't complete it. You stop halfway. You hold it in a fragmented state, and it doesn't fade. It lingers,
unstable, but present. Your pulse quickens, because now you've found something real, a way to resist. But the cost is immediate. Your thoughts become disjointed, disconnected from each other. You can't hold a full idea anymore. Only fragments, pieces, unfinished concepts. Your identity begins to blur, not erased, spread out, undefined. You are no longer one clear thing. You are multiple incomplete states. And for a moment, you hesitate, because this doesn't feel like survival. It feels like something else, something unstable, something that shouldn't exist. And then, you notice it, the space around you. It reacts, not violently, subtly. The fading slows there too. The region around you is less affected, less disconnected, like your state is influencing it. Your chest tightens, because now this isn't just about you. You're changing the process itself. The silence adjusts, trying to compensate, trying to redefine you. But it struggles, because you are no longer consistent, no longer predictable. And that's something it cannot fully process. Your awareness expands slightly, not fully, but enough. You see more. The surrounding space, the distant stars, and something else, other regions, similar distortions, not identical, but related, fragments, points where the process isn't perfect, where something resists. Your breathing slows, because now you're not alone in this. There are others, not like you were before, not fully defined, but present, existing in this unstable state, between being remembered and being forgotten. And that's when the realization hits you. This isn't just happening, it's spreading. Not as destruction, as adaptation. The universe isn't just forgetting. Something inside it is learning how not to be forgotten.
At first, you're not sure what you're seeing, because it doesn't look like anything. There are no shapes, no forms, no clear boundaries, just irregularities, subtle distortions in the way space behaves, places where things don't fully connect, where meaning doesn't fully form. At first, you think it's the same effect. More forgotten regions, more areas where reality is breaking down. But then, you notice something different. They don't fade. They persist, not clearly, not completely, but consistently. Your awareness shifts toward one of them, carefully, without fully focusing, without defining it too much, and for a moment, it reacts, not visually, conceptually, like it acknowledges your presence. Your pulse spikes, because now you understand something you weren't supposed to. This isn't just a region, it's something inside it, something that adapted,
just like you are. The distortion shifts again, not moving, reconfiguring, changing the way it exists, staying undefined, avoiding clarity. And that's when the realization hits you. It's doing the same thing you are, remaining incomplete, fragmented, impossible to fully understand. And because of that, it survives. More distortions begin to appear, not suddenly, gradually, as if you're only now able to perceive them. Or maybe they were always there, hidden in the edges of understanding, too incomplete to be noticed, too undefined to be remembered. Your awareness stretches further. You feel them now, not as individuals, not as objects, as presence, multiple, separate, but similar, all existing in this unstable state, all avoiding the same thing, being fully known. And then something changes. One of them comes closer, not through space, through awareness. It doesn't move, it aligns, matches your state. For a brief moment, you overlap, and in that moment, you understand something, not in words, in certainty. They were like you once, defined, complete, connected. And then they adapted, just like you are now. The connection breaks instantly, not violently, naturally, because holding it too long would make both of you vulnerable. Your breathing becomes uneven, because now you're no longer alone, and you're no longer unique. This isn't just happening to you. This is a pattern, a response, a way to exist inside something that erases everything. And that's when the final understanding begins to form. This isn't just a phenomenon, it's an environment. And inside it, something new is evolving.